Let's talk about accountability and loyalty. As someone who was once a relentless critic of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, how do you balance your current support with the need to remain objective? And should supporters ever challenge their leaders?
Supporters should challenge their leaders. I mean, when the president went to Paris, France, during the time when we had, I think there was a protest that we had in Nigeria. It wasn't very successful, but we had a protest. I did come out and I criticized the president, and I said that, look, you've got to leave France. I did an open letter. I said, you've got to leave France immediately and come back to Nigeria. What you have to understand is that I'm not going to be just somebody who just criticizes, lashes out emotionally at whatever an administration does. I was called Buhari tormentor under the previous administration. But if you go back and check, I commended President Buhari 17 times. It's on record. So if you do something that's good, I'm going to commend you. If you do something that's bad, I'm going to condemn you. But I'm going to take everything that you do on a case-by-case basis, objectively, look at it, look at the impact on the country. If you look at this administration, for example, if you look at what they've done has actually built this country. The economic reforms are actually working. You know, now our economy is growing. For the whole of 2024, we saw what happened. Our economy grew at a rate of 3.84%. Our GDP grew at 3.84%. That is good. Now, trade surplus. We now have a trade surplus. And not just that, we have a record-breaking trade surplus. Our trade surplus is now 209% more than what it was under General Buhari. I mean, so when we take that into account, if you look at the unemployment rate released by the Nigerian National Bureau of Statistics, our unemployment is down. If you look at inflation has been tamed. So these economic policies, they are working. We should continue at that. But for anybody expecting that subsidy is going to come back and then subsidy on the Naira is going to come back, look, if this administration tries to bring that back, I will fight this administration, because we cannot be taking loans to subsidize the Naira. We cannot be taking loans to subsidize fuel subsidy.
We acknowledge some of this data you just reeled out. I mean, some experts have questioned the methodology used in calculating inflation, for example. But the reality on ground is different. The common man on the street doesn't really care about the GDP figures and those statistics you reeled out. What he concerns him and his present day reality is that the cost of things has skyrocketed. He can't afford certain things he used to afford before, and people are complaining of hunger. Everyone is begging. So how do you relate this progress that you just said to the hardship in the country, the economic realities, the high cost of living?
You see, that's the thing. You haven't provided any data. You've just given your opinions that everyone is suffering. That's not data. I deal with facts. I deal with data. So I'm going to say this. The Global Terrorism Index, which is the only arbiter in the world, is not controlled by Nigeria. You know, it's controlled by the Institute for Economic and Peace, which is based in Australia. They've said that Nigeria is now the most secure it has been since 2014. That's the Global Terrorism Index.